You don't believe I can make this sundress with only scissors, but I am going to prove you wrong. Let's go. Hi everyone, welcome to Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. We've got a bunch of new subscribers from my scissors only tutorials, so in order to say a big welcome to the Blueprint DIY family, I wanted to give you another amazing scissors only t-shirt tutorial. Now this one is going to be a sundress inspired by this. Now this dress is from Shein, but I'm using this as an inspiration like for the draping and the fit of this dress. It's going to be a halter dress. So if this is your first scissors only tutorial that you've seen, I do have a video of 12 of my previous scissors only t-shirt tutorials. And in that tutorial, you'll see a few of the techniques that we're going to combine to use today. One of the techniques is where I take a shirt and like kind of cross it and make a halter. We're going to kind of use a little bit of that idea, but then the two direct techniques we're going to use is this little pink set of a bodycon skirt and a top that I made with the fringe. And this technique is going to teach you how to combine two t-shirts or two pieces together without sewing. And then also we're going to use my t-shirt yarn method, where you take an inch wide piece of t-shirt, stretch it, and now you have yarn that you can combine two pieces of fabric or t-shirt together. So now we have that out of the way, let's do it. We're going to start this tutorial off with a bunch of red shirts. For some reason, we have like an overabundance of red, so that's what we're going to use. So I have 6 that are going to be used for the layers at the bottom, and then you'll just need 1 for the top. I have 2 choices. Once I get into it, we'll pick one of these. The first measurement you're going to take is from right underneath your chest to about where your belly button is. Mine is about 6 inches. Taking a waist measurement will be good. Mine is 32. Then you also need to know from your belly button all the way down to the floor, what is that measurement? Mine is about 44. We're going to take all of our base shirts and we are going to cut them across the bottom right underneath the arms. Then we'll match the ones with the same texture and color and use those to be one layer. I think I'm going to use 2 shirts for the bottom layer, 2 shirts for the middle layer, and then 1 larger shirt for the top layer. Once I kind of have these laid together, overlapped a little, I can measure the length and see if it's going to be long enough to be, oh yeah, we got 46 inches. So that's 3 inches to play around with as we're connecting them. So now it's a matter of ironing these and getting them ready to connect. All right, this top layer is just 1, so we are going to actually like cut this one on both sides, and with these we're only going to cut them on one side. When you have 2 or more layers, then we're going to open that up and that becomes the back layer. Then we're going to cut this one on one side and it's going to become the front layer. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with the bottom tier. So this dress is gonna have like fringe coming down the side. I need to connect. So this is one side of the dress. So these tassels are gonna be longer. I just don't have a whole lot of room here. So I'm gonna pull this one out a little bit and this one out even more. And I'm gonna cut an angle. And now we're gonna connect top, middle, and bottom tier using our t-shirt yarn effect. So we can take some of these t-shirts that we had extra of and cut off 1-inch strips. And t-shirt yarn has to be cut across the t-shirt in order to get the stretchy, the roll effect to make the yarn. So now we're not trying to ruffle this so that it gathers. All we're trying to do is connect these 2 pieces. So we're going to connect it with the hem. You want to move your bottom layer out the way because we're only doing 1 layer at a time. All right, so we're gonna overlap these. As far as scissors are concerned, you just need some with a sharp edge. These are by LDH. You'll see a pair popping up that are by Singer. We have those in the office as well, and they have a sharp edge and they're pretty inexpensive. So we're just going to make slits that are about 1 inch apart. And you wanna make sure you go through both layers of fabric. With this one, just to keep the layers together, I'm going to do the t-shirt yarn as I cut. So we're gonna start going in, come out, same as we always do. Hot dog. See ya. Cut them. Uh-oh. I missed the dang cat. I missed the hole. Which is why in previous tutorials I have in the past cut each layer separately. So you guys can decide which one you feel like works better for you. Go through this same technique of snipping and pulling until we get all the way to the other side. And then we're going to put on our bottom tier the exact same way. And this one we're gonna line up. We wanna overlap it at least, because some people were telling me that they didn't overlap theirs enough and the slit ended up going through the end underneath here. So make sure you overlap it enough where it's not doing that. All right, I wanted to show you, we got to the other end. We ran out of t-shirt yarn. Go inside both layers, take another piece, and we're gonna tie these two pieces together and hide it on the inside. Pull it as tight as we can. Cut it off kind of low. Now we can put the end in the end of the new piece, and now come back through. Now we can continue on to the end. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. We are currently in the t-shirt section of my upcycle planner for this year, so I had to make sure I did a t-shirt upcycle. In a couple of months it'll start to get cooler. We'll get into some denim upcycle, so I'm really excited about what's going on this channel. And if you are in the Houston area, I do teach sewing lessons. You can find that link in the description box below. And if you're not in the Houston area, we do have an upcycle group that meets once a month. And if you're a member of my members only group, I want to plan something so that we can meet as well. So definitely stay tuned, or if I've already put it out, put the link for that. But make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of it. All right, back to the video. All right, so that layer is done. Now we can move this layer to the side and bring out the three pieces that are going to be the back. But yeah, we're going to do the same thing on, this is the back panel for the bottom of the dress. All right, so we have this panel. We'll get our other piece. Okay, line up our two sides that have already been cut. I'm putting it good side to good side just so we can line this up. And then we'll move this over. Remember, this and this started off as two separate t-shirts. This and this started off as two separate t-shirts. So they're not necessarily gonna be the same length. So that's why I wanted to start on that end. So we're gonna take our scissors and we're of course still gonna leave some on this end. We're gonna cut it at an angle like we did on the other side. I have a nice wide skirt here. We're going to make slits all along the side. Oh, that right side out. All right, we'll line it back up. Now we can begin to slit this side. My top tier of the skirt is not as wide. We're not gonna slit this, but maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 inches. So we'll begin at the top, about a half an inch apart. All right, so whatever line we're following, whatever mark you make for your line, continue that on. And then you want to tie each one. You want to double tie each one. Don't pull too hard till it's double tied, because that makes it harder to tie the next one. So we're gonna take each, double tie, and then pull all the way down the whole skirt. Starting to second guess whether because these are so short, whether I really want these on the outside, but I'm gonna keep going. But if I get to the end and I don't like it, that's a lot of ties to untie. Tuck this little piece in there. My goal is just to make sure I don't have any like open spaces. This is the skirt. Both sides are done. I'll show you what the inside would look like. It's a pretty cool little detail. But if you're trying to hide more stuff, like you really can't see that there's little, kind of holes there. So let's bring this top. This is actually one of the tops I had left over. So we're actually going to use for mine a total of 6 shirts. And for yours, if you end up using 3 shirts, you'll have more seams. But just playing where you want the seams to hit. And also that other shirt I was going to use, it had seams down the side. For this part, I don't want any seam. We said from underneath my chest down was 6 inches. So this is a sliver of soap. I'm going to mark 6 inches on each side. 6 inches there too, just a little. All right, so we want to kind of come up with our halter shape. I'm going to measure from one side of my chest to the other. Okay, it's about 16 inches, so right there. And if you're afraid to, like, you're like, oh, you so freely draw shapes, just keep thinking it's just a t-shirt. Only cut the front. For the back, I just want to cut across. And I also want to cut it up the middle. So what we end up with is this. All right, so you want to make sure that the full length of whatever this shirt is, once you cut it, is more than whatever your waist measurement was. My waist measurement was 32 because I do want it to like stretch a little bit. I'll go down to 31, 15 and a half, and we're going to mark there. We're not going to cut it. We're going to do the slit. These I'm going to do big slits, so I maybe want a total of 4 of them. Now we want to add 1-inch slits for the t-shirt yarn all the way along. I want to count how many slits. 1, 2, 3, 32. 32 slits. Now, I'm trying to make this math as easy as possible. You just want to have the same number of slits on both pieces. So if this one is 23 inches wide, that equals 46. 46 divided by 32 is 1.43. So that's about 1.5 inches. Like I said, I just need the same number. We fold it down 1 inch. 32, I need 16 and 16. 1, 2, 3, 16. 16 on that side, and I need 16 on this side. 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. We gotta find where the middle of the back is, and we'll start there. This goes to the inside this time. I actually want to do it from the other side so you guys can see. And as I go in and out, you'll begin to see this part make a little gather because the holes are further spaced. So this part shouldn't be gathered at all, but you'll see these gathers. And sewn in, out. All right, so we are done. We have made a halter sundress. All right, so let's look at the back. This part we're going to leave open until we get it on. You can even put it on backwards, just like a bra. Put it on backwards and then tie it and then turn it. When I get to the back with the tie, I like to make sure that both ties come out. If that means adding a slit, then that's what I do. You can see that these slits are not that far apart. That's because I added a slit, but I want to make sure both my ties go out or in depending on where I want them to land. Let's go see how it looks on. All right, so we are done. Yes, this project is a little bit time consuming, tying all of the ties, but I really think it's gonna be worth it. Let's see how it turned out. Girl, don't need to flex, dance to the rhythm and you do all the rest. Oh girl, nah, nah. Oh girl, nah, nah. Fly me up with dreams, the only thing I need. When I'm done, lift me up with your company. There's no telling what you want me creating. We're on the same wavelength. I really like this. You guys saw that I was kind of going back and forth about it, but I really like it. I like that the fringe was on the outside. Like I said, it kind of covers the fact that it has the little holes, which I actually don't really mind, but I really, really like this. Like I said, plan to have as many t-shirts as you need. You can make this much fuller. I tried to make the math portion of it easier. Just focus on the fact that all you need is the same number of slits. And I think you guys, if you're patient, you can get this done. If you want more scissors only tutorials, I am going to put a whole list of other tutorials in the description box so you can go get your life and just have endless, well, not endless, but a ton of scissors only and no sew projects to tackle this summer. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.